Recently, we were blessed with Nitocris Alter, for those of you who don't know, over on JP. And she is absolutely banging. Pure banging. So, first off, actually, before we get to the art, her stats aren't that great. Well, her attack is alright. Keep in mind she is an Avenger, so she does get the extra bonus. Oh wait, no, I'm misreading her stats. Never mind. Her stats are excellent. No, her attack is excellent. But her HP, I mean, it's Avenger. She's mostly used for farming, so it doesn't really matter there. Attack is very good. NP game looks pretty low, but she does have 4 hits on her arts card. I assume she has a lot of hits on her NP. Yep, good enough. 4 hits. So yeah, she's her NP gain is terrible. It's good enough. It is good enough. When we get to her skills, we will see. And yeah, it's hard for me to look into her stats because you're only going to be using her for one thing. I'm not going to beat around the bush. She is a farmer. Rim Castell, thank you so much for the sub with Amazon Prime for 10 months. Almost 1 year sub-anniversary. Cheers. Appreciate that. And for you guys who are watching the video on YouTube, you should head on over to our Twitch or join us for these live streams. We'll be streaming on Twitch and YouTube going forward, so join us. We stream every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern and sporadically throughout the week, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Also join the Discord so you know exactly when we're streaming. Link in the description. But yeah, no, she has excellent attack. I like her art. She has fantastic character design. Fantastic character design. I actually really, the only thing I don't like is the blue flames that like kind of cover her up, but it still looks great. Love her. Love the hair. I'm not a big fan of this Ascension because I don't like the short hair, but I can appreciate the doggo and I can appreciate the aesthetic. So I like this. This one is my favorite. It gives her a real like Egyptian god look and vibe, which I love. And then our final Ascension is just casual. Cute casual Nito. I like it. It's a good mix of lewd but good design. You know, like this is lewd, but it's not like Kama. You know, it's not like Summer Kama. So she doesn't have her thighs in my face. And then her sprites, of course. Actually, I actually like the second sprite a lot too. I think the second sprite might be the best. This one's a bit much. They always do something that's a bit much on the last sprite. I don't want these Millennium puzzles hanging from her. If she didn't have these Millennium puzzles, I would use this sprite. But the Millennium puzzles are a bit much. So I might actually just use her second Ascension. Yeah, mad she lifts more than me. Yeah, she has massive big sis vibes from the second Ascension. But yeah, so I love her design. Good attack. Not so great NP gain, but it's completely irrelevant because we're going to touch on her skills. First up, she has a Arts and Buster buff. 30% for 3 turns. That's important. That'll last for 3 turns. Pretty average buff though. HP regen's nice. Gives her some sustainability. Not amazing, but it's alright. Here's why she's ridiculous. A 100% NP charge, just like her caster counterpart. And she also grants the party good alignment, which is interesting for anyone who gives those party-wide buffs to good allies. I forget what servant does that, like the charisma for good allies. And she buffs the party success rate for 1 turn by 40%, so great Imperial Privilege buffer. And then she grants evil alignment to all the enemies and, you know, reduces their buff success rate, which could come into play, actually. I wonder if enemies can miss their buffs because of this. Could come into play. But the evil alignment is nice because there's a lot of servants who are anti-evil, and they just straight up get a power buff from this, so that's really good. Oh, they can? That's interesting. That is interesting. Alright, and then her last skill is another arts buff, 3 turns. And then all of this, even though it says 60%, is irrelevant because her second skill gives the entire party a buff success rate of 40%, so ignore this. You just use the second skill before the third skill and all these effects activate. So she gives the entire party, evasion, debuff immunity, and instant death immunity one time each. Plus 20% arts. I think a battery buff chance thing can work on landing skill. So, yeah, I think so. Double needle alter hits enemy a 40% buff miss chance. I gotta see that. I gotta see that tested. She seems mad at 100% battery. Yeah, but that's fine because she has 100% battery. She does have 50% arts up for 3 turns between her first and third skill, which is good. It's basically a 3-turn mana burst between her skills. So that's a nice little bump in damage. Passives are the typical Avenger passives. Nothing crazy. Yeah, nothing crazy. Pen skills, nothing crazy. And then her ultimate, or NP, AoE arts attack, of course, because we don't have enough AoE Avengers. And she deals extra damage against man attribute enemies, which is a lot. There are a lot of man attribute servants. So here's the thing I'm kind of amiss about, is the instant death. She gives a 50% chance to instant kill all enemies, and then 100% chance to instant kill enemies with evil alignment. Caster damage is best of pen, 100%. Is it? Wait, is it 100%? It's 30%. Yeah, the instant death is after damage. That's important. So she's not like the previous, like the caster Nito, where she fucks up her own looping by killing enemies first. So this is actually the good kind of instant kill, where it doesn't affect her NP refund. So that's great. But I'm confused as to what the 50% chance... I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Because it doesn't sound like a lot. If I remember how instant death is calculated, that doesn't sound like a very high chance. And then 100% chance to instant kill enemies with evil alignment. Of course, she can give them evil alignment. I don't think it's going to come into play that much. No, I haven't started the rolls yet. I don't think the instant kill is going to come into play that much, other than like giving you a really easy turn 1 wave. Yeah, it's not a lot. And then of course damage up for NP, 10%, not bad. So what? Also, her skill mats are pretty normal, nothing crazy except for the stupid fantasy jar things. Essentially, she's tags for the first dojin. Oof. Oof. Don't even get me started. I gotta think about that one. Definitely domination, though. Femdom for sure. So, my impressions of her are that she's just Spishtar slash, what's her name? Summer Kama. That's it. she's just Summer Kama slash Spishtar. I don't see a noticeable difference. Maybe she has less damage than Spishtar, or than Summer Kama. Maybe. I have to, like, see what the damage numbers are like. But she just seems the same. She's an excellent arch looper. Yeah, definitely less than Spishtar. Excellent. She's probably less than Kama too. Less than Kama hitting that charm. But she makes up for it by having the instant death, I guess, on wave 1 or whatever. What's the budget? We'll do 300 quartz. 300 quartz. But yeah, no, she's really, really good, obviously. If I had to give her a preliminary rating, though, it'd probably be A+ or S. It might be A+. I don't think she's as good as Spishtar. And, there are so many great arts farmers now that it's hard to make her, like, S tier. She's on border. border between A plus and S. I'd rank her right there with Summer Kama. So I guess, and it's good. The best thing about her is that she's permanent. So you don't need to like save up for a limited, Summer Kama or limited Spishtar. Anyone can get spooked by her on any banner, I believe, right? She's not, she's part of the general gacha. So that's good. That's the best part about her. Hey, I'm still going to go ham on this banner, though. She has less damage in both Kama and Spishtar. It feels that she'll fit in more for because she doesn't try to. Yeah. And and that's the other thing. She can be she has 100% NP charge, so she doesn't really need any CEs. Do I recommend summoning her? If you don't have Spishtar or Summer Kama, yes. I think you should summon her. Absolutely. Yeah, and against man enemies, she does do as much as Spishtar, I believe. But really, you should roll for her because look at her. She's fucking beautiful. Alright? Roll for her because she's beautiful. There you go.